Yeah, I'll hide it for you. It's almost there.
Okay. Good evening, all. Thank you for coming out on this balmy evening. Right, this meeting will be live streamed through the Council's Facebook page. Persons attending will be catching on floor, except when seated in the public seating area, with the exclusion of the first row. Any speech may be picked up in broadcast. The fire alarm drill is not planned. In the event that the alarm sounds, please make your way out of the building using either staircase to the meeting point in Red Line Yard and wait for instructions. Councillors are reminded that to avoid the risk of being seen as predetermined or biased, they should consider all debate parties deciding on how to vote on items of business. Urgent items for information only can be brought to the attention of the chairman at the discretion of the chairman at the end of the meeting. No decision can be taken on items not detailed on the published agenda. And please ensure that your phones are turned off or to silent. Right, apologies for absence.
Councillor Richards for personal reasons.
Can I have a proposal?
I'll propose that, Councillor Rich.
Councillor Cummings, second. All in favour? Declarations of interest to receive disclosures of interest of councils on matters to be considered at the meeting. The disclosure shall include the nature of the interest. If a member becomes aware during the course of the meeting an interest that had not been disclosed, they must do so immediately. Item 3, public participation. I'll just let that sink in for a minute, just in case someone's hiding behind the screen.
Very good.
Item 4, members' questions.
Yes, I have some points to make, Mr. Chair. Yes, I was just pleased to tell you all that I attended the opening of the new station on the 31st and with other colleagues. Certainly most strivers there and gave a very good account of things at the end of the meeting. In fact, Oprah and then myself for the work we've done to open the line, and it was mentioned that there's I've been working, I didn't realise this, 18 years I've been working on this, so it's an awfully long time since starting the campaign or the work, but it's well underpinned by research. So I was very pleased with it. It was a nice event, and it went well. So thank you very much to everybody, and let's hope people use the new interchange station. I hope so. And what we need to do, as you colleagues know, is get the 118 bus running up there. And then I also mentioned while I'm doing railways that apparently the 317, which I often travel on, is going to change its route, and instead of going up around the estate up there, it's going to go Waitrose to Oakhampton Old Station, Oakhampton Town Station. So that'll be really good. So you'll get a crossover really. So those are the things that are going to happen. So I look forward to that. So generally it was a very good day. It was really, I'm sorry that I have to mention with Clark, and I mentioned it earlier. I'm sorry that the town council didn't get invited officially. I'm sorry about that. That's not in my gift. I was invited because of my other positions and work that I do. But I did note that, and it was kind of led by quite a lot by West Devon. So that because obviously they're involved in this with the county, but yeah, it was a shame that it wasn't more official. I was there officially, but other town councillors weren't there. So just want to say apologies for that. So I just thought to mention. Thank you very much, colleagues.
Was there going to be a question?
Sorry,
This is a question.
I know it's correct.
Thank you.
Leach. I know it's questionable. I think it's sufficiently important to make a statement to this council. So I'll apologise, but I feel it was important because it's a point of information that councillors would be interested in knowing about. And so I asked the clerk beforehand if I could comment on it, and I've done so. So sorry.
Did ask.
I did ask. So I'm sorry if you didn't like it.
Councillor Cummings.
Questions don't seem to stay as questions these days.
And
I'd like to start off with a question. Please.
sometimes you yourself at the end don't follow procedure either.
That's other business. Yes, Councillor.
Mine is a question.
Thank you.
Over the last month or so, I've noticed that the grounds of the primary school have been cleared and all the fire debris and everything is being totally erased and removed, which is great. Just wondering, I'm assuming that they would have to, but if they rebuild it, should the insurance go through and they rebuild it to the sort of former state, would they have to reapply for planning permission?
That's a good question. I think because it was Devon County land, most of the planning went through them anyhow. They got planning for a building. If they were going to change it dramatically, like the footprint, then they definitely have to go for a plan. So they're going to build up the south footprint, put back and say, yes, it was old things. I'm hoping that there'd be better fire rates built into the old.
Building needs moving forward, at least a fire truck at distance. No, just curious because I've seen the excavators up there and I thought I'd ask the question.
I will ask that question of our plans just to check. Any other questions? Item 5, minutes to confirm and approve minutes of the planning committee meetings held on 30th of March, 15th of June, 13th of July 2026. Those attending, are you happy that they're a true reflection of those meetings?
I propose we accept them.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
All in favour? Thank you. Item 6, planning applications for consideration. We have the 191/26 household application, single story extension side dwelling, 15 Berry Hall Close. Okay. They've got the site plan. Just to show where it is. And the association with the properties around. It's
Should have been on that, isn't
yeah, top right. Yeah, as you can see, it's literally on the right corner. When you drive in, you'll be able to see it, but I can't see it has any effect on anybody else around. Yes,
I had a look at this with some detail. I couldn't find a reasonable description, so I did a Google Earth picture so people could see what it's like if people want to have a look at it and get an idea of exactly where it is. There's a little red arrow that points directly to it.
Very nice area. Oh, we've got it on there, man. That's cool.
It's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
So, yes, go.
I looked and read through all the paperwork briefly this afternoon to have a look, see what was there. I can't see a reason to object where it's not overlooked, as you can see from the ground there. I can see no reason for us to oppose it. So I propose that we move it forward.
Okay. Yes, Chris.
Yeah, I'd like to support that. All of that. It's absolutely fine to me. I can't see any reason to stand against it either.
Okay. So seconded. So all in favour for that one? Anyone against? No? Four hands. Thank you. Right, item 7. So as a community development,
I'm going to err on the side of caution and possibly declare possibly a pecuniary interest. My husband's yard, builder's yard, backs right onto it, and I've always declared an interest before when I was on West Devon when this came up. And while this isn't a planning thing, it is actually still could potentially affect him. So I think I'm going to declare on the side of caution, declare a pecuniary interest and leave the room when we
Okay.
talk about this. If that's okay.
that's fine. Thank you very much. As it says, to consider responsible nomination of Hobbs Wood stroke Warracot's Medal is the right to Oakham as an asset of community value. Sort of bring it to the committee to have a chat on that. I will declare an interest as well, won't be a preclusive one. Now you should have this, and I hope you've had a quick look at it. This, when this first came out some years ago, that you could do this. The only property that I remember actually going forward was what used to be the old Dartmoor Rescue Building, just up there on the left. And there was thoughts that was going to be sold off for housing, and it came forward that we ought to try and keep it and try and buy it if we could as an asset for the community. What I didn't know is you could do that as well as property. This is it. I think I'm right in saying that this is the second time only that anything like this has come up for OK. And this will say, if you've read it, it doesn't mean that the community has a right to actually buy it. They have a right to be asked if they want to buy it before it goes to the market. But it would be for the open market value. It's not like you can buy it for £1 or it will be open market prices.
Can I just ask exactly what we're talking about? Are we talking about the strip of land that goes from the old police houses through to Wanacotts? Just that strip of land where the guide used to be? Or are we talking about the brownfield building site that goes behind Northfield Road?
It's behind Northfield Road, so it goes from what used to be Sherbrooke's garden, way right through the West Devon Strand, which at the moment is sort of landlocked by a really tight hedge. Because right through there, it goes across to the back of the province in Wanacott Road. It goes out to the right and out to where the guides used to be, or scouts, which are not built by and technically it goes then out to the spare road that goes down the far.
Just follow on from that.
Do you need that bit
I
or
understood
that
that bit of,
Sorry?
Which bit? That bit or that bit? That one.
Yeah,
That's one got
This.
yeah,
and it's got car keeps through to the fire station.
yeah.
So they're a woodland. But I understood that this bit was for development anyway. There's 6 bungalows in there, I'm sure I've seen permission.
There was,
Or
no,
12.
no, that's behind the library. What was the old
further down.
factory?
In here.
Down here.
No,
No,
no.
there was the left.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Behind
That's
There's a hall and
Yeah.
that bit of green.
yeah,
That's got, yeah,
Got
the
it.
old
And
lemonade,
then,
the old lemonade factory site.
yeah. So that has got planning permission for bungalows. And it has gone through the full process, and 106 has been agreed. Whether anybody builds on it is another matter. I don't know where it's from that. But the other box was, if you remember, those who've been here at one, there's a big section which was full of garages where people on Northfield Road used to park their cars until a developer bought that bit. The developer then wanted to buy all the rest, but they couldn't buy all the rest, so they sort of gave up. And West Devon were able to then buy up all those bits to make it one plot. And that bit of trouble with West Devon. And the general idea was, not sure the general idea was to build sheltered housing in there, because it's flat level area in the town. It's required, it's needed badly. Anyway, that's one side of it. And this particular group has decided that it should be green open space.
oh yes. Yes, we have had a slightly better view of this before, which shows the woodland and shows the area which between what is like the fire station and the housing estate. From here we can't see that very well. We could previously see that land. What I'm particularly interested in is the area of woodland where there's wildlife and various things. Or there's a sort of a buffer zone between the housing one end and the fire station the other. Anyway, we haven't really got a very good map to see that, but we could see it better before with lots of trees and stuff. So,
Okay. So, right, so this section here, this blasting always has blocked the west gate. The only access into there is this sort of road coming in, and for some reason, West Devon put a fence across here, because it used to be used for parking. And for parking, but this bit here is still used for parking permits. That then feeds into this section, which is the overgrown area, which was all the garages in this section. This bit over here was a wood, a bit of a, I'm not sure it's an orchard per se, but this is belonged to the people who had a shop on the end, the show books. So there's 1, 2, 3 owners across there. The section through here was older apartments. That was owned by a charity, not a local charity, but a charity. And then West Devon then owns that section there and through and up to Wilson. So, I don't know if they designated a specific area that they call Holswood, or they call it all Holswood.
Yes, we have.
Sorry.
From my experience of speaking to the people that have formulated Hogswood, they got to classify the whole area. There's no predetermined area or anything like the whole thing. I understand the need for housing. It's a debate that me and Monica and the Mayor have had many debates about on this particular area of land. Knowing the nature of the land and the amount of problems that people have had along North Street, North Beard Road, Wanacotts Road and water ingress and the drainage the impacts that are required on that land, it would make it considerably expensive for any developer to put anything on there and drain it properly. And then if we drain it, would that have a detrimental effect on the rest of the properties around that area? It's a concern. I don't know. I'm no engineer. However, this debate, I've lived in Oakhampton for 36 years. This debate has been going on as long as I've lived in Oakhampton. And this group have got together to try and protect it and use it as a natural nature zone. And while the debate's been happening, they've actually been doing some severe work on checking what the biodiversity is, what's actually there, and doing some extreme work. I mean, it's considerably interesting. If you've read any of the reports that they've done, there's masses of reports. So when we talk about assets to the town, I think that this is one particular asset that we should be supporting them in their way. And I know that's against what we want to do from a land property part of it, but we've messed around for 36 years, and if not more. At least these people are prepared to move it on.
Yeah, great.
No, you do let them rest on the speak.
Just coming back. Just coming back.
No, sorry, I'll just say.
Just coming back to you, it's not 36 years, because it was all got different people up until I got involved about 10 years ago. And when I came here, it was all those garages. There was no dispute about that. The dispute was, and we tried to get the developer, when they bought it, to see if we could actually hire that piece of those garages to keep them going until they were ready to actually develop. Unfortunately, they said no and put it on down because they were absolutely essential for those people in Northfield Road. What we tried to do initially was to put, if it was going to be developed, was to develop a road that ran behind Northfield Road, which would give those properties the opportunity to open their back gardens with cars in there to ease that situation. And that's going back probably 7, 8 years. Unfortunately, West Devon decided not to go on that they sort of went at a tangent somehow. And going back one more, if the developer was able to have bought all the bits of that had been developed as standard housing by now. And it's 8 years of neglect. I'll get told off for this, but it's 8 years of neglect on West Devon's behalf that's now reoriented into lots of break.
Is it right for me to speak now, Councillor? I'll probably try. Okay, what I would say to you, that I'm concerned about that area of wild woodland, a small area that is left, and I think I concur with you, Councillor, in some ways. It is a valuable area for wildlife. We have seen better photographs as I've visited it, as I'm sure the colleagues have, and walked through there. And it's a small reserve in an otherwise urban environment. So, speaking personally, I would want to see the central area of woodland retained as a small nature area, which I think they call it Hogs Wood, but basically that would be the area which needs to be conserved. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Yes, Councillor.
So now it's time for me to be the pariah. Yeah, I do agree it is an asset of community value. There is no doubt about it. What this community needs more than anything is reasonable housing that local people can afford to live in. Because at this moment in time, that is severely lacking. And I'm sorry, I agree that it's a beautiful area to walk through. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's tranquil, it's lovely. But we've got lots of woodland, lots of farmland. We have a park not 15-minute walk from that particular area. The biodiversity, I understand, it may be difficult with regards to biodiversity, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's in an urban area. And we're a small town. We're not Bristol. It's not a little enclave of nature in the middle of London. It's Oakhampton. We're about a mile around, and then we're into the boonies. It's, in my opinion, it is a perfect opportunity to put in housing for people who can afford it.
Yes, I strongly disagree with that. This area is we need to have small areas of wildlife and nature in an urban environment, and to build everywhere at the expense of nature is really, I think, a mistake. So I would object to what has just been said. Thank you.
Any other comments? Yes?
I just tend to I think social housing is got more priority with that particular area. It's a brown site anyway, other than the little walkthrough.
No.
So I would support Councillor Coleman on that. As you say, you've got Dartmoor on your doorstep, you've got the park. Where else do you want to go?
The area of the land, how many houses are you looking to put into there?
Well, it depends on what was coming forward.
Yeah.
If you go back seven or 8 years, there was going to be a proper estate of about, I think, 45 houses. The last idea, which was to try to, it's the wrong word, but pacify those who want green space, was to do certainly half, up to 2/3 of social housing, affordable housing, shelter housing, and then the rest would be or managed as green space. That's what I thought was coming forward until it's done.
So what concerns me, being new to this, is access into that land for building, because construction vehicles have got to go in and out. You've only got access from probably Crediton Road, going down Wannacotts Road, or down where the factories are around the back there, along Crediton Road. So, and you can't get in from Northfield, and all the property on North Road is all taken.
North Road, the road comes to the spur that comes down from the fire station. Yep, that belongs to West Devon. If you follow that down,
It's the other one.
no, it's the next one up. There you go.
It's down to about here. So you've only got this area here that's wooded.
Yeah, so you can come, the access was going to be from North Road, down that road, come through to a stop as we look at it, left, into that area, that opens up the area for use. Yes.
I don't disagree that there's a bank housing land, but on the brownfield sites, there are no brownfield sites now, council registered. No. All the brownfield sites that were registered have all been built on. Am I correct on that one?
It's still classed as a brownfield site, but it wasn't registered as such. It's a bit like the mill site. That's registered as brownfield site.
Can I just reply with regard to access? Neville Road has been taken up by West Devon now to get access when they had their original plans in
There was,
to get access in there.
yeah, but it was discounted this time round. It was just going to be a footpath. Right? Same as Ted's Way. Ted's Way at the moment is vehicular access, but that's quite dangerous trying to get it out. So that would be mainly for a footpath. And everything else would come in from North Road, North Street. Anyway. So if someone wants to make a proposal?
Oh, hang on.
Well, I was actually,
I know we're going to get a split decision here,
Yeah.
but I propose that we support the Hog's work with people to preserving as much of it as they possibly can as a greenfield site.
I'll second that.
I'm not sure if that's what they're asking for, but it's the whole site.
Yeah, I'll just say the whole site, but knowing some of the stuff that has been put forward within that group about that, I think that you could end up with actually a win-win situation.
I'll
Yes.
second that. Yes.
All in favour of that proposal?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Against? Okay. 2 abstain. So that goes through.
So, yeah, that's fine. Would somebody like to let Julie know she can come back in, please?
Thank you. Cheers.
And she's back in the room. Oh.
What's the piece of paper? Right, next, planning authority decision to know the decisions made by the planning authority as detailed on this circular piece of paper, which typically means there it is.
Okay, there we go.
So this is the one that came forward for the rugby club.
There was only that one.
Yes, it is. And we basically agreed to support. I didn't did, but yes. Okay. As he said, we did. I thought we go for a split decision. We actually said that the one tree would have to go empty. But the one which is causing problems to the brick paving is a perfectly good tree. But anyhow, West Devon has come back with that split decision. Okay. Just for noting. This is quick. National Planning Framework. I had a chat with the planners the other day to see if we got anything else back from government. And typically, no, we haven't. They're expecting something soonish. But so West Devon and other authorities right throughout the country put in their concerns about what the government plan in changes to the NPPF. So we're just waiting to see what the government said. And I'll get in trouble for this as well. Going Pipe was having to have a good split up together. They'll do what they like. But anyhow, West Devon, and it's been sent out, West Devon is doing an update 29th of September. It's a Teams meeting, but they will want some names. So if you want to sit in on that one, then put your name in and the clerk will submit so you get a link. Right, payment of invoices, we've got a copy of that. That's been checked.
Yes, that's around he's done.
Thank you. Anybody got concerns, any comments? Yes,
Happy to propose that we approve them.
thank you. Councillor Collins, second, all in favour? Thank you. And this one's going to go through quick. So, 11.1. I've not had another meeting this year. Still got COP since my last meeting and last report. Them communities together, councillor, come on.
I'm not aware of anything that's taken place or a meeting that's taken place about on training.
Yeah. 11.3, I consent. We were trying to get a meeting of trustees together for some weeks now, but we have now settled on the 7th of next month. So I haven't forced into this month. So I'll have more to say next time round. 10.4, again, every health and well-being of lions. I don't think I had a copy of them minutes this time round.
I've said what I've received.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
I don't know if there's any help, but I can report that the CVS have a stand at Oakhampton Show on the 13th, where there'll be multiple stands, charitable organisations, local ones within it. Stand 61, if anybody wants to come say hello.
Thank you. Okay, this could be transport. It goes along quite well. I think I probably reported it last time. We put in for a big grant from Great Western Railway to, and it's called the Last Mile. So it was coming up with a scheme where we could help those who needed transport for that last mile. And I could run through the community transport group. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. The bid, however, did get £10,000 for signage. We've our community liaison officer. Unfortunately, she left us on Friday. She's taken another post locally, but also still doing community work. We're having work with her still on those sort of things. We've certainly got more drivers, which is just as well because we're getting more clients as well. We do still have a problem. Drivers turning up to find that the client has already gone, son's taken, daughter's taken, but don't tell anybody else. So we're going to have to try and find a way of, if it's illness, and sometimes it's going to take away that ambulance, but when it's a little bit more faulty. Apart from that, it's going very well at the moment. Number 6, round 4. Previously, Keith Pratt.
Thank you, Councillor Leach. Right, I just want to say that we had our meeting of the Rail Forum, which is now a quarterly meeting, and the last one was on or around the 16th of July in Tavistock Town Council offices. So that was where we were meeting. It was really good, rather encouraging actually, because we had some action points. It's not just talking shop on the table, several action points really, in terms of assessing the viability of the line and so forth, or the proposed lines. And what happened was there was colleagues there from Exeter University, and they offered to try to bring together a lot of the surveys that have been done on rail, try to coordinate, bring it together so as we could see what was needed, not just in how can I say, West Adam and North Cornwall area, but slightly more widely, so that was really good. So generally I thought it was very positive, and there will be some reports back on that. The next meeting is going to be in the third week in October, and that will be in Tavistock, because that helps our colleagues from Cornwall to come across to us as well. And they will be talking quite a bit about their it's Carnow Connect or Connect North Cornwall, whatever they want us to call it, that route from Oakhampton, Lansing, through to Bodmin. So there's a lot going on there, and I would just end by saying it's more positive now because they're actually action points, rather than just sitting around and talking and just going away and meeting again in 3 months' time. We're now having action points, and Exeter University, both in Cornwall and at Exeter proper, are very, very helpful. We've got a new lecturer who lives near North Taunton, and he is really positive in bringing the surveys together. And we've got someone in Cornwall who I'm working with, a student and a lecturer, to bring together research there's been a survey done on Lansing Town and the analysis of that. So generally more positive than I would have thought a few months ago. So thank you, Councillor Lynch.
Thank you. Do you have anybody got any specific?
It's the Rural Market Town Group on the bottom of that.
Probably. Rural Market Town, and it wasn't meeting for last week for weeks of flight. I can't be done. And it was specifically on how best to look after the elderly in rural areas. And Clark, I sent the presentations to the Clark Digital Distributor brand. If you got them, have a good look. It wasn't as good as usual, mainly because considering it's a national thing, this market towns for a country, only 8 people turned up for it. I was one of them. Speakers went backwards, but some of the ideas that the main speaker had could be quite helpful to Oakhampton. That's where we actually become. That's a bit like a free trade town. So it's become an awareness town. So you know the issues you've got for the young, because there's another one supposed to be 2 days afterwards for the youngsters. So the two could have tried to get, but they got cancelled. But yeah, so we can look after fair trade and say we're fair trade. But are we looking after the elderly in our community, including rural areas? Sometimes I don't think so. But it's something that we could look at if you want to have a look at a presentation. Right, I just wanted to bring up a couple of things. One, I've been saying on my reports is when the footpath on Crediton Road was going to start. And I've spent this week trying to find out why it really hadn't started. It's supposed to start on the 20th. Well, apparently it did, and that was Telecom had to lower one of their boxes, which is in the footpath, down by the road. Then there was this side here. So the hiccup is, it's got street lighting. They've got street lighting set up, but they've got no power to it. So they've got to power across into that side. So before they can start on the footpath, Devon County wants to make sure that that's done, so they don't have it ripped up after they just put it down. And because they're going to the hedge, they've got to get ecologists in to do a report as to what will happen to that piece of hedge. And that's where we are as of today. They're still hoping to get it done by the end of the school holiday. So I've been slightly leading you astray because I was expecting lights to go up and, let's get on with it. And I was quite surprised when I went and saw that little bit of work down the bottom. That can't mean it's started it big. Anyway, that was that one. There's anything else today? No. Right. If somebody would like to take me into part 2.
I propose we move on to
A second, please. Thank you. All in favour?
Who seconded, sir?
Go to Colin.
So we switch off the live stream.